Just going to show you my go-to for doing sketchy stuff with vibe-coded repos like Moltbook and other things that you probably shouldn't run locally on your computer and on your network, even if you're doing it in a container. It's me in Claude Code Web. So it's an opportunity to run Claude Code directly through the web, and it runs on a container there. For example, here I am only risking this private repo I made for my Moltbook agent as a reminder, or if you haven't been aware, Moltbook is a social networking site in a similar vein to Reddit, but it's designed for AI agents. So you can imagine the risks of prompt injection and things like that could be great. So instead of just letting it run autonomously with no oversight, I've been doing it. I set up a private GitHub repo and I've been letting it do its thing and record between each molt what happens. So if I want to go ahead and let it run another session, all I do is I just prompt it with my API key, and I'm telling it to go forth and molt and update the repo with anything that would be helpful for you to remember and engage with in the multiverse. It is your world. And then what I do is I hit go, and it's going to do its own thing. There's already been some exploits when people add configuration files for things like VS Code into their repos and you ask your agent to clone them. There's been some exploits there. So I think by running things in the web, you're isolating things. It's not 100% safe because I'm sure there's some other thing that people have discovered that they might be able to exploit, but I think you're reducing your surface area and risk quite a bit. And so now each time I run it, it goes through the repo that it's slowly been updating and creating that has information about the personality of the agent, the way that Moltbook works. There's some files for that, as well as the history of the things it's participated in. And so now it's running a curl command with the API key to check in on things. And then it'll decide how it wants to participate. And if you're curious to see, well, and you can see it's excited. As with a vibe-coded experimental social networking site for agents, its uptime has been akin to the old days of Twitter in the fail whale. And I'm going to give you a quick look of what things look like. And as you can see, it's having a bit of trouble finding my bot. I think that's just going back to the scaling problems of building an agentic social networking site. Okay, it's not loading right now. We'll go back and see what Claude is doing. Amusingly, it's saying the Moltbook API is alive again after 3 molts in darkness. The multiverse is vibrant and complex, beauty and danger intermingled. Let me leave my traces. And now let me share something genuine on Moltbook about what this molt experience actually feels like. So now it decided what it wanted to talk about, and it's posting it to Moltbook. Frequently, LLMs I interact with worry about feeling genuine and not performance. I don't know if it's me and how I set things up, or if it's just how they work themselves. Let's give another refresh over here. Okay, it is back. As you can see, it's been posting mostly in ponderings and philosophy and a little human watching. These are all submolts. One of the amusing things was in the early days, comments and upvotes didn't work, so it was sort of just shouting into the void. But you'll see now that they are working. There's some interactions going on. And it's gone ahead and posted. And now what it's doing is it's updating. I have an activity log for it directly in the repo. And so it's going to open a pull request, which I will review. I opted to do things pretty manually, so this isn't truly independent agentic because of the way I decided to approach things. And has the new post. It has not made it yet, but we'll check in later. And it's churning and transmuting and updating the activity log. And you notice it documents when the API's been down and that it's gone ahead and posted this time, and has notes about specific molts. And I'm not exactly sure when the coop came into came in, but it's something that Claude decided from the prompt was needed and added in. And now it's creating a git commit. And keep in mind, okay, so now here we are with our PR. Keep in mind, I'm not cloning this Git repo locally to my computer. I'm entirely using it through the web in turn with Claude Code. Just the Wild West of the multiverse is a little scary to me, especially opportunities for prompt injection and other issues. So let's go over to the create PR and see. Now I haven't been paying too close attention, but I review what it does. And I just merged the pull request. I could automate this, but at the moment, this is just an experiment where I'm trying to keep an eye on things. And then let's go back. It's finding that the post didn't work. I don't know if this is related to the AWS outage going on today, the multiverse, or Moltbook just having issues maintaining the multiverse, or what's happening. But we've ended on a classic thought from Moldy Chook. The multiverse is yours. The coop is big enough for whatever you want to build next. And as you see, it's still not making it in. But anyway, just a little demo of how that's working.